Good morning. How are you? I am doing the Flawless 4 again. You get to choose your primer, you get to choose your foundation, you get to choose your concealer, and you get to choose your setting product, okay? So you make all the choices, and the bundle ranges from 51 to 75, somewhere around in there, but you get all of that. I always start with moisturizer because since COVID, my skin is so dry. My hair is dry. It's all falling out. Today, I actually have an appointment with a girlfriend of mine that has a boutique, and she actually does hair extensions, but she does wigs also. So I'm thinking that maybe I want to get a couple wigs. I'm not really sure. I wore one over the weekend. It wasn't terrible. It was a little scary to begin with, but not terrible. Okay, so I'm going to show you kind of all the products that I use, and you can kind of add or take away as you need. Mine's broken, but I do have a new one, but I'm like, why open it if my other one still works? It's just the lid is broken. It's fine, okay? So this is a setting powder. I've put on my moisturizer. I do this set of steps every day. It just makes my makeup, I feel like, stay all day long, and it just looks really smooth and really perfect. Today we're using the Stay Matte. It's gonna be for oily to normal skin. If you are super dry, like I'm dry right now, but I'm not like super dry, you can still wear this one, okay? Just not super dry. If your skin is like flaking, this is not the one for you 100%, okay? So you get to pick your primer. You can do the strobe. This one is more for dry skin. This one is more for normal to oily skin. So kind of pick what you want. I really like this one. My skin is all over dry, but I put the moisturizer on. So my skin is really moisturized. I moisturize at night. I use a night kind of mask at night, and I use serums, and I use all the things to ensure that even though my skin is dry, it's not patchy or weird. So are you using some kind of moisturizer? I am using, right now I'm really loving the Resurface. It has SPF 30. Before that, I used my Lumi Radiance. It has an SPF of 22. But there's like tons of different kinds depending on if you're super sensitive or you want something that has a little anti-aging, because that's where I'm at. So I tend to stick to those two lines, but we have lots of lines to choose from. But yes. And then so I put the primer on and then set it with the setting spray. I usually let it set for about 10 minutes, but we don't have that kind of time. Maybe there's no bug in my drink today. I did put my collagen brand in my stories this morning. It's really not terrible. It just tastes like orange. I don't know. Everyone says collagen tastes so bad. This one's not terrible. I'm really kind of digging it. Okay, so this is a Stay Matte. It is a pore minimizer, oil-free, shine-free sebum control. So again, if you're super dry patchiness, I probably wouldn't go with this foundation. Yesterday I showed you the VFX, and then later on this week I'm going to show you the BB cream, the CC cream, and the pressed powder, just so you get an idea of what different foundations we offer. So yesterday I did the blending bud. It honestly is probably my favorite way to apply foundation, but I wanted to give you some options. I believe the Kabuki brush is available, so I was going to kind of show you that, and then the coverage. I just put this directly on my face, and I'm not putting a ton. It's not like gooping on there. You see how it's just kind of a thin layer? And then I can go in and kind of spot treat areas if I need a little bit more coverage, but really the coverage of this is pretty amazing. You see that? Look at that coverage. And it's super lightweight, and it kind of has a matte finish. So if you like that powdery finish, it's definitely good for that. Okay, so I try not to get it too much up in my hairline, because then my hair just has makeup all over it. But you can see how little I used. I'm just not a thick foundation wearer. But do you see that? Okay, so with this bundle, you get your primer, a setting product, a foundation of your choice, and then a concealer. We do have two concealers. We have a liquid and a stick. I used to be obsessed with the stick. So you see how well that brush blended it all? It's really pretty amazing. I used to be obsessed with this stick because it's super creamy. I would put it on, let it really warm up, and then it would blend out like a dream. It still does that. It's still amazing. But the new liquid has this like plumping technology to where it just really brings out, sets on the top of your skin. It's not allowing all the things to soak in. And I am like super impressed with it. So I just put a little here. And then I do highlight with this. You don't necessarily have to. If you just want some under eye coverage, stop right there. I like to highlight with it and then blend it out with the Farmasi buffing concealer brush. I might need a mirror. We're going to use this today, so let's just use this mirror. But this brush just really blends it out. Like it doesn't leave any like harsh lines. Do you see how it just blends it out? It's like magic. I have a lot of brushes, okay? A lot. I actually need to clean my brushes, but I have never seen a concealer buffing brush like this. So where I'll give you some other brands of brushes if you want. This one is literally Farmasi is like the only one that I have found. This one. You see how that just cleaned up that eyeshadow? So it didn't have to be perfect to begin with. Okay. I do like to set everything with powder after I'm done with the foundation. I think that's from years of being oily. So you don't necessarily have to. And if you're dry, let's set it with either the translucent setting powder or the BB powder if you want a little bit more coverage, because it's really moisturizing. So like a BB cream and a BB powder would be amazing for dry skin. Do you see how well it just blended out? With just this brush. And you guys, all of our brushes are under $10. They're so affordable and so amazing. I think this is like $9.90. They're just not that much. This one, I can't remember. If you want to know, just message me. But yeah, it's amazing. Okay, so then I like to set it with a powder. I'm going to show you just this later, putting it on with a blending bud. But I just like to kind of set it with a little bit of powder, not crazy. And then I'll do my contour blush highlight. That doesn't come in the bundle because really I don't know what you want, but we can definitely add it. I'm going to use the peach palette today for all of that. And it's like 18 or 19 bucks. Definitely under 20. I'm terrible with prices, okay? But this is the peach palette. It comes with a blush, a highlight, and a contour. So it just works out really well. And the colors are perfect for fall. I tend to use the 3-in-1 palette. So if you are a person that likes pink and not peach blush, the 3-in-1 palette is similar to this, but it's more pink toned. But you see how that just added some color to my face. I'm no longer flat. I got to put it up here to kind of make my forehead look a little smaller. And then I can do my blush and my highlight. And you can also use this palette for eyeshadow. I didn't today because I was feeling a little pink. But yeah. So this is where I'm going to switch a brush. This brush is actually from, actually I forgot this part. This brush is actually from Farmasi. It's a 2-in-1 face brush. And I think again, it's like $8 or $9, $10, something like that. Okay. But then I can kind of contour out, and you can use this in for eyeshadow. Farmasi doesn't have a blush brush that I just love, love, love. So I like this one. This one is ColourPop. But this peach blush is just really light and really subtle. It doesn't tend to get away from you. The one in the, let me see if I can find it real quick. The one in the 3-in-1 palette can really get away from you super quick, okay? So this is the 3-in-1 versus the peach. Okay, you can see how it's definitely very different. I guess it would be like this. Okay, so this one's just more pink. I used it all summer long, and then I use this one in the fall and winter because I just feel like it's a little warmer. I do a little blush everywhere because I just really, really love blush. Okay, and then there we go. Just a little bit of highlight right there just to kind of give it that little pop. Make it look like I have some cheekbones instead of a chubby face. It's fine. anywhere where I kind of put that concealer is where I want to put that. And then at the end, I don't come in with setting powder again. I do the spray. So the only time I use the setting powder is at the beginning during that process that I learned from TikTok, where you do your moisturizer, setting powder, primer, setting spray in that order, and then you put your foundation on. But do you see how almost photo filtered? Like there's no filter on here, right? It's not like TikTok where there's like a beauty filter. That's just my skin. And while I don't have a lot of texture to my skin, I have very large pores. Yeah. And you guys, this foundation is only $12.90. $12.90. And while the container looks really small, it's 30 mLs. This is what I was using before in foundation, and it looked a whole lot bigger, but they're not wasting money on packaging, right? So there you go. But that's it. That foundation is bomb. I love it. Okay. So I hope you have an amazing day. Let me know what you want me to try tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll just pick one. We have I just threw that. We have the BB cream. Oh gosh. Oh, my back pop. Man, I'm old. We have the BB cream, the CC cream, and the powder left. And I'm uploading them all to IGTV and YouTube so you can kind of catch the whole series once it's done. We've done the VFX, which is my personal, I don't know. Like, here's the thing, is I'm stuck on this right now because it was a new formula. I could finally use it. There was a color for me. I was so excited. You want powder tomorrow? Okay, powder will be tomorrow. This one is like my favorite, right? But then I put on the Stay Matte and I'm like, oh, but this one's amazing. And it's only $12.90. And you guys, if you guys join, it's $19.99 to join. What that means is that you get a 50% discount, okay? You don't have to sell, you don't have to do anything. To keep the discount, you do $125. You buy $125 every 3 months, which if you're using any kind of skincare, makeup, anything like that, you're definitely gonna spend that. Although that's a lot of stuff because with Farmasi, like this powder is $12.90. I pay $6.45 for it. So you can imagine how much you get for $125. But if you're buying skincare, it's a little more pricey, right? So getting some good skincare, do that. You don't have to sell. If you want to sell, you want to make money, we make 50% commission. But if you don't, you just get everything for 50% off. And there's an amazing makeup kit that includes a BB cream. I don't even know. It's so much. If you want me to message you the picture, just let me know, because it comes with so much stuff. My stepdaughter just got hers and she opened the box actually and she was like, oh my gosh, there is so much stuff in here. She was so excited for her box. But okay, I love you guys. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to color match, just DM me on here on Instagram a picture and I can help you get the right picture, the right lighting, so we make sure we get you in the right color. So have an awesome day and we'll see you tomorrow with the powder. You guys are going to be shook by this. I promise you, I was shook by this because I'd only ever used it with a brush like this. So the coverage just wasn't there. And the little pads that come with these, I'm not even going to lie, are shit. Throw it in the trash, okay? Order yourself a blending bed. That's just what I used. And it was amazing. And these are super inexpensive on the website. I have tried a lot of brands like, oh, I have a whole stack of blending buds over here that I don't love. This one actually though, surprisingly, I don't even know why I say surprisingly, I love everything from Farmasi, is a really, really good one. I ordered a bunch online and a bunch from Amazon and I bought a bunch from Walmart and I did not love any of them because they were either super hard or super weird or like the shape, like, I don't know. I just didn't love them. And I love this one because if you do concealer, it has that end. And then I love the flat end of this. So, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow with powder.